Hello, wonderful viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I need to read on this investigation into the origins of the Russia investigation. DOJ is investigating itself. Interesting. So, it seems to be a political stunt, but let's look at what the outcome is. So, AG Barr has been willing to go along with investigating the investigators because Trump insists that this was a hoax. This whole notion that he was colluding with the Russians, it was a hoax. There was no reason for it, even though the Mueller report did see some concerns, even in that regard, not just in the collusion regard. So I want to know what comes of this. What is going on with this? This is ridiculous. But the problem is that it could really be, difficult. It could be a political tool to compel testimony, to get into private information and publicize that to make the Democrats look bad or make, even certain DOJ officials who are no longer there look bad. Those who have spoken out against Trump. So, Spirit, I do want to know what comes of this. And anything else you want to tell us about it, please. We would really appreciate some good, accurate information, helpful information. Well, we have the Four of Cups. We have there's Putin. We have the King of Cups and the Sun. The bright light of the sun. Yeah, okay, so they're not giving up. They're not going to accept the message. They're not going to accept that report. They're not going to accept that, yes, there were some things that were identified as real concerns. They're not going to accept that. They're not taking that news. They're not taking that news. And regarding Putin, Putin must not. This must also be to please Putin. Gosh, I didn't even realize this. This must also be somehow to please him as well, because he's always spoken out against, oh, of course it is, duh. He's always spoken out against any accusation that he meddled in the election, right? Yet at another press conference recently, he joked about, yes, we did and we will, kind of wink, wink, So whatever. But he has always sort of publicly said, no, we did not meddle, and tried to get Trump to say, yes, I agree. And Trump did in Helsinki, remember, at that summit. So it's sort of like, yes, this will also please Putin. Ew, okay. But the bright light of the sun, what is that? Okay, so that is about truth telling. So that is about information coming out. So gradually, even this will come out. What the origins of the investigation into the origins of the Russia investigation. What's behind that? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I am so tired of these tools used to politicize, and just in a partisan way. It's ridiculous. All right, so what does it affect the Democrats? That's what I want to know. Well, we have the Page of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Ace of Swords. You know what I feel like, you guys? I feel like this is saying there's truth yet to come out. It takes a while, though. See, we always see this Ace of Swords, and to me that is saying that's the truth that has yet to come out. Nobody's grabbed that one. There's still more truths that the universe is offering to be exposed, right? Now, the Queen of Swords, that's sort of like the informants, the truths that are coming out, the truths that are being exposed. Sometimes it's investigative journalism. Sometimes it's informants. Sometimes it's witnesses, right? So the Page of Swords has been coming out a lot to tell me that there is monitoring. There is monitoring. There are people who are trying to get information. And just now I realize that may go both ways. There may be somebody from an intelligence agency who has specifically been asked to keep an eye on what Trump says after this terrible phone call with Ukraine and the devastation that happened with the withdrawal of troops from Syria after he talks to Erdogan. So I feel like there's more monitoring of his communications there. But this tells me, wait. That was a new one I just picked. This tells me that may go both ways, actually. That they may be really trying to get information and private information from Democrats or those who have opposed Trump in the past. So, oh wow, and Barr is the head of the DOJ now, so he can, which he wouldn't stop at beginning this false investigation for partisan reasons. He could also expand investigation and authorize some spying. That's just really concerning. Really concerning. Well, we got the Four of Coins, and we've got the Hierophant. I mean, the High Priestess. Isn't that funny how I say? They're actually two of a pair, but the High Priestess is more of an oracle. She's more mysterious avenue for the spiritual to come in on this plane. But the Hierophant is the more structured, human-mediated avenue for the spiritual to come in on this plane. But anyway, that's an aside. We have the High Priestess, and we have the Page of Coins. So, there are deep mysteries, and it's about where money has come from, and it's about who has what job now, and what, there are deep mysteries. The Four of Coins, I feel like, comes up as something of a reassurance, and something of a curse. It's saying, don't worry. This investigation of the investigation is not going to be entirely destabilizing or anything like that. It's saying don't worry about that, but it's also saying it's talking about those in power kind of keeping their power for a while too. So that's, like I said, a reassurance and a curse, right? But how does this affect the Democrats' election bids? I mean, how does it affect their campaigns? I want to know. Okay, well, we have the Empress. Some are even more... Okay, so it has the possibility of even enhancing some campaigns because people get more and more concerned that, Trump is all for a totalitarian government. But, see, it's the delay that's the problem. The Knight of Wands. It kind of holds it up. The Trump administration's been really involved in obstructing justice and holding up the investigations that are ongoing so that he could possibly get reelected, they figure. So the Knight of Wands, that is a problem card then. But you can't resist. You can't resist truth coming out. So, again, I feel like I'm getting the message. It's all part of a larger whole right now. It's all part of what's going on right now. I don't think that this particular development is going to do loads more harm, to what's already been done, what's already being done. But it is troubling, and it is meant to be partisan, and it is meant to interfere with the Democratic House members' ability to investigate. It is meant to try to, obstruct that. So we will see all the nasty ways that they try to do this. I feel like, I do see some press coming out that's not so great. I do see this as a plan. They're trying to have an avenue for, it'll be more nonsense stories, more nonsense conspiracy theory kinds of stories, but they'll make it look like it's more legitimate with this. I feel like they will have some effectiveness with some voters. Already Republican voters, already Trump supporters kind of voters. So that is too bad. Can anything stop it? Two of coins. Well, possibly, possibly, possibly. But it would take some bipartisan effort, though. So, the page of coins. I feel like somebody's on it. You know, they're starting to try to figure out a way to make sure this doesn't go absolutely crazy. I think my gut is it's more for the press. I mean, like, is anybody going to jail over this? Let's ask, since now it's become a criminal investigation, for goodness sakes. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. Again, with this, how many times have we seen this Wheel of Fortune and coming out with different cards after I've shuffled it? It's not even coming out in a clump with other cards that I've gotten out. It just keeps coming out all by its lonesome to say that it's the season we're in, where more truth is coming out. And so, okay, so maybe some things will come out that more fully educate us about how politics work in the U.S. You know, is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. However, I don't like money being involved here, the King of Coins and the Ace of Coins, because that to me, you know, a lot of this is financially motivated. A lot of this is doing the bidding of big bucks, you know, just to try to get in the politicians they want. So that's troubling. Well, Spirit, thank you so very much. I've got to thank those on the other side who have helped. And I do see stability, though. I mean, the King of Coins, it's like, right, a blessing and a curse, you know? Yeah, this isn't going to change the game all that much, but it is part of the same process we have going. Okay. And there will be some disturbing headlines that they're trying to float. Those of us who know better will know better. Those of us who do not know better won't know better. You know, it's like that. Okay. Well, I thank you all so very much. You take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.